We're going to look at playing a double stroke roll today, playing doubles, and we're going to look at the very first exercise you need to do to prepare yourself for playing doubles. Now a double is based, has like three parts to it. The first part is the strike, where you throw the stick down, and you have to make an impact where it's so loose that you get the second part, which is the stick bounces up, right? Okay, and then it bounces into your fingers, and so you can shut that with your fingers like that. So you're going. That's your double. So if I play singles, right here, and then I go into playing doubles, you'll see that technique open up in my hand. So here's singles, and then doubles. What I'm doing there is I'm transferring over so that I'm hitting loose, the stick's bouncing up, and then I'm grabbing. Now the reason why a lot of people can't play doubles is that the whole stroke is dependent on you striking with some force, but with a grip loose enough that the stick will bounce up. So the first thing we're going to look at doing to prepare ourselves for this is doing what I call rebound strokes. Now they're slightly different to the standard rebound, that sort of rebound thing. All I'm after you doing is to hit the drum and let the stick bounce of its own accord. Like that. And one of the things you need to do is you've got to watch your hands and make sure you're not doing it. Because with a lot of people, they'll try and make that bounce happen, so they'll be doing this. And you can see the hand shaking there. It shouldn't be like that, the stick should be bouncing of its own accord like this. Here's the left hand. That's basically the first exercise. You can check that just by putting the stick on there and tapping. And if the stick is bouncing, it doesn't matter where you grip, whether you're French or German, as long as you've got that stick bouncing, and then it's just getting used to striking with that bounce. Once that becomes easy, the next thing you can do is I want you to hold the stick up in the air, grip the stick, not tightly, but grip the stick, bring the stick down, let the stick bounce twice, and then bring it back up to grip. So you're just bringing the hand down, letting it bounce twice, and then bringing it back to grip. Here's the next one, the left hand. And those two exercises are going to prepare you for playing the double stroke roll and getting the doubles, they will start to develop out of that. Now I've got George here who's been working on these first two exercises for a week, so let's have a look at what he's been doing and see what he's been doing right and what he's been doing wrong. Okay George, do you want to just do a rebound with your right hand? And now your left hand. That's good. Then do right, then left. So right hand. That's really good. Now, if you look when George is doing it, when he's striking, you'll see his hand now is completely still. Can you just do a rebound there? See that? The knuckles twitching slightly. Can you just do that again? Watch the knuckle. Knuckles twitching slightly, but for me, that's probably just the stick. Throwing the stick coming back up and but everything's great. When you first started, before we started filming, he played it and his grip was a little bit tighter. Can you just do it how you were doing so the bounce was faster? It's about there. Now that's okay, but what we've just been working on is just loosening up that grip so that bounce is slower. A lot of my students they think they're trying to play fast, they're trying to get that bounce faster. What does that feel like in your hand when you're doing that? What did your hand feel like when you're doing that?
Fine, yeah.
It feels really relaxed, and one of the things you can do as you're doing it is try and photograph that feeling, that relaxed feeling. When you first start doing it, it feels a little bit out of control, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The stick feels out of control, and part of this exercise is just for your hand to become used to striking, and with it being that loose and not panicking, think I'm going to let go of the stick. Also, when you first start doing it, you might find the sticks flying around, but those are all fine. Let's try on the second idea, which is with the grab. Yeah, try the left hand. Right, that's pretty good. But what you can hear with this is that the bounce is very tight together, which suggests your hands are tightened up a little bit. So what I want you to do, and also I don't think you're grabbing enough. You're focusing too much on the strike, and what I need you to do is focus on grab, strike, grab. See, it's 3 parts. Da, 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 and you want to try and make that bounce as wide as you can. So if you went like and then back up to grip. And what we're trying to train your hand to do is you're trying to get the feeling your hand comes down once and back up, but you get 2 strokes. And the feeling that the first stroke is as your hand's coming down, and the second stroke is as your hand comes back up. So can you just try to? And at the speed you're doing it, it's too tight. It's not loose enough. Do you want to try that again? That's bit and back up to grip. There we go. That's it. That's the one. That's it. That's much better. That's good. Right, that's brilliant. Now, what we're going to do on film, we're going to try and capture this on film. I don't think it's ever been captured on film before. You can't play a double stroke roll, but you've done enough. You've done the week's prep, and I'm going to try and get you to play a proper double now. Do that right hand again. Now you can see that little grab you're doing. I want you to do exactly the same thing, but I don't want you to lift your hand out. I want you to bring your hand down and grab the stick. So you grab the stick with your hand still down on the snare drum. Do you want to try that? Yeah, now I want you to accentuate that grab. There we go. There, now feel that then. That was a lot better. That little snap. Try that again. Again. Really snap it down. Don't worry if the second strike doesn't quite make the snare drum. That's not a problem. There we go. Can you feel the difference in that?
Yeah.
Now what we're getting here is you've done your very first double, where you hit, stick bounces up, and then your fingers make the second stroke. The second stroke's not bouncing down, it's bouncing up, but it's not bouncing back down again. Do you want to try that again? Beautiful. Brilliant. How's that feel?
Loads better.
Loads better. Yeah, and does it feel like you're hitting the drum once and getting 2 strikes?
Yeah.
And does it feel like 2 definite strikes and not a bounce? You feel like you've got some control?
Yeah.
Well, we've done it then. Well done, George. I'm glad we got that on film. You'll have that on YouTube to see for posterity.